Looking for the perfect breakfast idea? Look no further, because today we're going to be making delicious saucy sausage honey butter biscuits. So let's get to cooking. All right, for this recipe I'm not making homemade biscuits. You may never see me make homemade biscuits because I'm a cook. I don't really like to bake. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to be using honey butter biscuits. If you want to use the plain kind, you definitely can. Now, initially for this recipe, I wanted to use the buttery, flaky biscuits, but somebody, I'm not gonna call any names, but if you know somebody by the name of Tib, 24 years old, approximately 5'6", we put out an APB for him because he stole my biscuits, y'all. That boy done stole my butter. That boy done stole my butter biscuits. So I'm in the refrigerator looking for my biscuits and I can't find them. So I'm like, all right, you know something? I know I had these biscuits. I know I'm not nuts. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he swiped my biscuits. So guess what? We are going to use our honey biscuits. It is what it is. At least he left me back with something, right? Going to place our biscuits onto our aluminum foil baking sheet. As you can see, I put a little oil here so that way it doesn't stick. All right. And let's see, 8 biscuits come in this pack. And these are the larger size biscuits, but you're going to be perfect for saucy sausage sandwiches. All right, that's it. Read the back of the package for baking instructions. For this particular brand, it's going to be, I'm going to do 15 minutes at 350. We're going to slice our sausage on a bias. If you know me, you know I love to slice my sausage on a bias simply because it stands out in presentation, right? No matter what dish, whether it be sausage and cabbage, breakfast sausage, it just doesn't matter. It just looks really good on presentation. Now here's the thing. If you want to dice your sausage up, you definitely can. If you want to cut it in perfect circles, you can. But I advise you to try it this way. First thing we want to do to our hot skillet, I'm going to use my cast iron skillet for this recipe. We are going to add our sausages and we're going to brown them up, okay? Should take about 10, I want to say about 8 to 10 minutes to get them nice and brown. Let's get our sausages out of the pan and onto a plate. Looks good, right? Who wants some? All right, boom. To the same pan, we are going to add our sliced onions. And the key goal is to allow the onions to caramelize. Right, to our saucy sausage biscuits, we are going to add some bacon, all right? As per hubby's request. He's like, babe, why don't we add some bacon to it? I'm like, why you ain't tell me before? Because I could have done the bacon with the sausages, you know what I mean? But that's all right. Slice up this bacon because we want it to cook a little faster. To the same pan with our onions, we are going to add our bacon. And because it is sliced and our pan is nice and hot, it's going to cook really fast. However, if you know that you're going to be incorporating or adding bacon to this recipe, you could definitely fry the bacon the same time as the sausage. Or you could simply do it the way that I'm doing it. It really doesn't matter. Our bacon is cooked enough where we could incorporate it with our onions. We're going to allow our onions to release those sugars in order to have it caramelize some more. We're going to re-add the sausages back to the pan and incorporate the sausages with the onions and the bacon. In the meanwhile, check on the biscuits. Make sure the biscuits are not burning. And we're going to add our favorite barbecue sauce to our onions and sausage. We're going to give it a good mix. Incorporate all of the luscious, delicious barbecue sauce with the onions and the sausage and the bacon. At this point in time, we had such a heavy sizzle going on to the point where I was like, you know what? I got to do a voiceover. Let's just add some more barbecue sauce. I mean, like, why not? Make it nice and saucy. To bring out the flavors even more, we're going to add some garlic powder for that nice garlicky element. The key here is you want the barbecue sauce to become slightly sticky. All right. Once the barbecue sauce starts to get nice and sticky and caramelized as well, you're going to turn the stovetop off. They smell so good. Woo. All right, now it's about that time, all right? Check out what we're gonna do. Hey, baby. Oh, yes. That sausage in there, just like that. I wanna open it more in the middle, I guess. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go more for the middle section of the biscuit. Okay. And we're gonna bring on over our saucy sausage. We had just enough for 8 biscuits. This is half of a sausage link with about 2 slices of bacon and about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce. We have some melted butter. We're just gonna brush it on top of our biscuits. Keep our biscuits nice and moist. And it also enhances the color of the biscuits as well. Because if you've ever had these canned biscuits, you know that they're really, really soft and fluffy. Especially the layered biscuits. There's a couple things that I didn't get to mention on the video, right? The sizzle was sizzling and I didn't want it to overshadow what I had to say. When it comes down to, let's say, your selection of sausage. For this particular recipe, I used turkey. When it came down to the bacon, I used pork. Of course, when you use pork bacon, it does have a lot of oil, right? Once everything starts to render. However, feel free to use maybe, let's say, a paper towel and drain off some of the excess oil. And that's about it, because I know, like with the sausage, everything was lean until somebody mentioned adding bacon to the mix, right? And your girl had some oil going on. So what I did was took a paper towel and dabbed out some of the oil before adding the barbecue sauce. Anyway, with all of that talk, it's time for us to take a bite. Home run. I know you're probably like, girl, how long is it gonna take you to chew? When something tastes this good, you want to savor the flavor. So this is one time, like your parents would always say, take your time and chew your food. No need to tell me that, because this right here is something you're gonna want to savor that flavor, like I said, and you're gonna be chewing on it forever, hoping that it lasts forever. Anyway, my loves, that's about it. Quick and easy breakfast brunch recipe. Definitely give it a try. Let me know what you think.